Hey guys, this is your cousin Mandy here with my review of Boku no Hero, chapter 105, titled Shiketsu High Creeps Up. So, a quick synopsis of the chapter is Deku is fighting with the girl who attacked him from last week, trying to figure out her quirk. She basically has a quirk where she can, it doesn't explain it, but I'm assuming that she can, zoom around until at the end. It seems like something else. We see Uraraka in the beginning of the chapter. She's trying to use her brain to figure out, okay, everyone must be near here if they got separated by an earthquake when they're all close to each other, and she has to use her brain to find everyone else. And then Deku basically has a moment in his head where he realizes all these things that have happened, where All Might fought All for One, Kachan got taken, yada yada yada. If he had his power under control, that he would have been able to stop all of that from happening. And then Deku goes to save Uraraka after he gets jumped on by four people from other high schools, and it ends up not being her, which he figures out because she didn't use her gravity ability to float. That's a brief synopsis. So, what I want to talk about is this girl who's attacking him. She seems a little bit odd. And by that I mean she doesn't, her quirk is very confusing. One, we haven't even found out her name. But two, it looks like she has a speed quirk, but then at the end of the chapter, it's like she changed who she was, like a ditto to Uraraka. But I don't know if that's really her, because you can see her face. It was like a slime girl, so I could be wrong. But I mean, I don't understand what her quirk is, and she's always like, I want to get to know you. You should get to know me too. I want to get to know you. Like, what is the meaning behind that? Is she some sort of weirdo that's like a villain, or what's the deal? She could be a villain. I feel like she has that weird personality, or she's gonna be another one of Deku's fanboys who falls absolutely in love with him, and that's why she wants to get to know him. She's like a huge fan or something like that, which would be kind of weird to happen. When I'm saying that she could be a villain, it's because she just kind of has that strange persona, and if she has an ability where she can pretend she's someone else, it could be used greatly for good, but at the same time, it could be used really, really well for bad people, and I just feel like some of these characters we're meeting eventually will be villains. I can't remember his name, but the one who left UA to be, to go to the other school and has the wind quirk, he would be a cool villain. I think he has really cool villain persona, but villain quirk, but he doesn't have that views or anything. Other than that, this chapter is very simple. So it was basically Deku in his head saying, if I had been able to use my quirk at 100%, then Kachan wouldn't have gotten taken, and All Might wouldn't have had to fight All for One, and basically he would still be the symbol of peace that he is today. So that was pretty awesome, because Deku had a realization moment. He's like, I need to be able to do what I can now. He explained a little bit of what his legs do, and I think at some given point Deku's going to be able to do 100% his legs, 100% his hands. But remember, something I just want to throw out there is that it's not just his 100% that needs to be used. When he protected, what's his name? Oh my god. Ukata, I think his name was, from when Kachan first got taken. He used 1,000%. He also mentioned that when he said if I had been able to protect him, I wouldn't have hurt myself, and I would have been able to save Kachan, and that was the whole thing there. Basically, just to brief explain that, because I feel like I didn't explain enough, is he said that if he was able to control his power, and he didn't basically render his arms useless and his legs useless, he would have been able to protect Bakugo before he got taken, and protect Ukata or Kota at the same time. So that's really all that happened in this chapter. I also, until the end where Uraraka, which was actually the slime girl, the other girl, she was falling, and Deku realized, hey, you're falling. I know you're not Uraraka, but I'm still going to save you, because that's the kind of hero I am. I'm going to save everybody. I'm not going to let anyone get hurt anymore. But she ultimately realized it wasn't her, because she could float on her own without touching anything, and she would have been fine. So that's all that I can really say about this chapter, but I want to throw in a couple of theories I have based off everything we've gotten, and that is that I don't think everyone from UA is going to pass. I think it's going to be Deku, I think Todoroki, I think Bakugo, and Kishima, and Uraraka. I think those are going to be the 5 that pass, and Momo could pass too. But I know that usually everyone passes, but at the same time, I feel like not everyone should. It should be a stopgap in between from here to there, because we're about to get into the real world, it seems like, when they get their provisional hero license, which means we don't need to just be in the school. We can be in the real world, fighting real world villains, learning real world things. So not all of them are ready. Like Mineta, as cool as Mineta is, as troll, as funny as Mineta is not ready for the real world to fight a villain. Like, he can make people stick together. Like, yes, that's great for this test. That's fantastic for this test, and situationally that could be fantastic. But what's he gonna do if he's fighting the hero killer one day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things that these people aren't ready for that the combat ready quirks need to have. Uraraki controls gravity. If she could control gravity without having to touch it, she'd be so much stronger. It would be absolutely unbeatable because gravity is the center of the universe. Like, you can literally manipulate everything. I also feel like, actually, I'm not going to get into what I also feel like because I want to explain that in a theory video that I'm going to have later. So I'm very sorry for the short video. It was kind of an easy chapter to go through, but if you liked anything I had to say, I would love if you guys could subscribe, like the video, and come back for a second time. So, hope to see you next time.